Hey everybody, welcome back to a game that I am discussing as little as possible again as The Bit. So today we're streaming this on what is probably like a very bleak day for a lot of Gundam fans because some shit came out about Toru Furuya, I believe is his name, the voice actor of Amuro in the old Gundam series. I don't know if he's still voicing Amuro in any recent UC stuff because also like he's 70-ish. But yeah, the news was not good. So yeah, I can't expect there's anybody who's particularly happy to hear that is all I can say, and we'll keep it there because I think it should be quite clear where my feelings stand the way I'm making these pained noises. But also, I kind of feel like the more I say, yeah, I can't imagine anybody likes that, the more likely I am to summon somebody who is just, well, somebody who is a little too into devil's advocate, let's just say that. Or maybe they do seriously believe the horrible things there, but I would assume a little too into devil's advocate because really. But back to this game, but again, I'm like already forgetting the bit. It's okay. It's not like it's that much of a bit that we're enforcing or anything here. It's not like, ooh, if I talk about the game, I gotta, you know, take a shot or something. That'd be a real problem because I don't drink. And I live with an alcoholic who's like 20 years sober or something, give or take. I think it's about 20 years. No, it's not quite 20 years, but it's a bit. So, you know, again, that doesn't seem like a good thing to be, hey, yeah, I got... Also, I don't have money for that sort of endeavor, but I digress. Anywho, do we have... Okay, we do have 2 bottles. I probably should remember to go stock up on fairies because realistically, fairies are probably going to be the main thing that we're going to shove into these bottles because, hey, 3 hearts. How much mileage can I get out of a red potion in a case like that? Although if I start saying that, I'll be like, hey, yeah, enjoy all the green potions you need, Buster. There is a thing that I will say for sure about this, which is, if you remember earlier in the game where Orca was like, hey, yeah, bring me Knight's Crests, we're not going to do that. I've made an executive decision, and this is something that I never do in this, is I always give him the Knight's Crests, but I decided this time that because we're going to be in a bit of a squeeze, not having the Knight's Crests actually makes something later in the game easier. Getting them and giving them to him unlocks a move called the Hurricane Slash, which is like your charged up spin cut for this game. Okay, we want to avoid the big tornado because it'll just annoy us. So the Hurricane Slash, instead of just being like, oh hey, it's a spin attack, but more, what the Hurricane Slash does is you like start spinning around the room at high speeds and bouncing around, and it stuns you at the end of it, but most importantly, it's just the fact that you bounce around like that. I'm doing this, I don't think there's any heart pieces here, but just in case, because we'll go for a couple of these and try to get some cash. We're not close enough to that. Oh, no, we are apparently. Okay, cool. So the Hurricane Slash is quite nice for the boss of the Earth Temple. Oh no, spoiler alert. The Earth Temple is the name of one of the dungeons, and the special move is good there. But, however, it becomes a bit of a problem once we fight Phantom Ganon in Ganon's castle. Oh no, spoiler alert. We fight Phantom Ganon, and there's a Ganon's castle. Oh no, whatever will I do? I'm sure I've ruined the game for everybody. And to think, it didn't even take me attempting to perform for that to happen this time. Ooh, those are still visible when they're quite near. That's impressive. So, for me, unsurprisingly, Phantom Ganon is quite a bit harder, especially when you find him in Ganon's Castle, than is this boss of the Earth Temple. So I'm not going to pick up that move. And that, I think, will hopefully make the overall experience slightly easier. Because, yes, you do refight the dungeon bosses, which feels like quite a rarity for this series, even though, yeah, you do that a couple times throughout the Zelda series. But usually it's just like one or two. At least from my recollection, which admittedly is not great, but they're more like scattered throughout. Like, you know how in Zelda 1, how readily dungeon bosses, except for Aquamentus for some reason, just become like big enemies in a couple of dungeons later on. Like, you fight Manhandla in a couple of dungeons, and you fight Dodongos in a couple places, and well, the Dodongos are kind of positioned like mid-bosses more, a little bit. Gleeok is kind of like that too, which, okay, fair enough, because Gleeok's a bastard. Patra, by the time you fight it, there's like a bunch of them. It's stuff like that. Link to the Past, you only refight the bosses of the Light World dungeons. You don't refight the Dark World dungeon bosses, which is kind of interesting. Boss refights in OOT are just not really... Like, as close as you get, really, is that you refight, well, okay, you don't refight, pardon me. You fight Ganondorf, and his first phase has a lot of the tennis fight that Phantom Ganon does. And then past that, there's, like, a couple of mid-boss refights, and that's it. Like, yeah, you fight Dead Hand twice. I guess Dead Hand is like as close as you get, right? Because Dead Hand is technically a real boss. It doesn't have the intro that the other bosses do, but that's, you would call that the final boss of the bottom of the well, right? That's fair to say. And then Dead Hand reappears as a mini boss in the Shadow Temple. I wouldn't really say that about Iron Knuckle, even though you fight a profound quantity of Iron Knuckles throughout the game. Oh god, that's a lot of the demon pufferfish pea hats. Oh Jesus. Ooh baby, that is a significant and profound number of these chuckleheads, and one of them's on a collision course with me. Ooh, steering the boat at speed is not necessarily a free endeavor. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, crud vapors. Get out of there. Like, for me, the reason why I don't say the Spirit Temple Iron Knuckle counts as a final boss when you're a child is just because you don't complete the dungeon then, because it's weird. But Dead Hand, however, Dead Hand is definitely like a real boss for bottom of the well. And in terms of any boss refights in OOT, again, for full bosses, not for mini bosses, that's that's it. I mean, there's plenty of mini boss refights. You fight so many Stalfos. And for most of the game, they are kind of positioned as like set piece battles. You fight the Gerudo, the Gerudo mini boss like a lot. I'm not used to seeing that very much because I mostly just play rando. Lizalfos get degraded into regular enemies very quickly. And by very quickly, I mean actually not that quickly because you don't face them for a while. The game's like, actually, these guys are too fucking wimpy for you to bother with. You don't fight Big Octo again at all. You, the White Wolfos is the... Actually, the White Wolfos, God, I forgot that the Ice Cavern really counts as a dungeon in some ways. White Wolfos is basically, again, kind of like a Dead Hand situation, but also, like, 10 times more of a wuss. Like, the White Wolfos is pathetic. Actually, the Wolfos in general are just like, hey, yeah, you stab them in the back, they're done. So, maybe that's why I forgot about it. Dark Link doesn't show up again. The Flare Dancers never show up outside of the Fire Temple, period. Which I'm actually a little bit sad about, but I suppose they need relatively bespoke rooms to operate in. Otherwise, it would be like, hey, yeah, just shove that in the Spirit Temple somewhere or something, because I think it's cool. Which I don't know if that's a thing that people agree or disagree with on that particular enemy. But yeah, I'm a fan of that design. I'm sure that doesn't surprise people that much, actually, somehow. Oh, there's that big tornado. We are going to get a way to deal with it, don't worry. We're going to have to. Because we need to use it for progression at some point. Oh, spoilers, kind of. But hey, you've all played this game before. Yeah, White Wolfos doesn't show up as a mini-boss anywhere else. But it does show up degraded as just like a thing that appears in GTG. So, it's a reused enemy, at least. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is the first Zelda game that does... Well, okay, this is the one that does the most boss refights, I guess would be a better way to put it, because... Yeah. Hey, cool, bombs. I'm here for money, though. Okay, get in the boat. I suppose that it's probably a little bit better of a design choice than going like, hey, we're gonna put a Mega Man style refight at the end of every Ganon's castle right before you fight the big man himself. I feel like for the Zelda games with more dungeons, that would probably annoy people a little bit. Meanwhile, this game, you only refight, you actually don't refight Godan, come to think of it. So you refight 4 of the major bosses. Oh, right, yeah. Nightmare has, well, a lot of phases, to put it simply. And Nightmare has some interesting stuff going on with it in terms of what it contains. It has some stuff that are a couple of the bosses from Link's Awakening, a few from some of the other games. I think that there's an Aghanim phase in the Nightmare fight, right? But yeah, mid-bosses reappear. But that's not terribly unusual, which I guess is what I'm getting at. But as for like hard boss refights, those are surprisingly rare in this game, in this series, pardon me. Yeah, we're farming up these red rupes pretty heartily because we're going to need 500 rupees to be able to buy the third bottle. And yeah, like I said, we would like to be able to get that. Man, who would have guessed? Excuse me. Yeah, that stops you nice and hard. That's pretty good. Wow, I had to really go for that one. The giant Zal gets reused in Link's Awakening DX, making... That's pretty interesting, that it's like a backwards version of it. That's great. I want to say that some of the other Game Boy Zeldas also feature like multi-phase bosses that do something similar to what Nightmare did, but I don't remember. I mean, maybe if I remember to ever do like sound notifications, or if we decide to preserve those for whatever the future looks like with regard to stuff. Hey. So now we got enough money to go buy that bottle, which we can probably go do before we enter Tower of the Gods. But for now, we still gotta go and finish off the pearl thing. It's just barely too dark for me to be able to have an idea as to what those land masses are. I see them on the horizon, but also... Okay, there's the island. It's right there. Is it? That's just Dragon Roost. No, I see more land. Never mind. Yeah, still kind of like working on the whole VTuber thing. I have some ideas. I need to like actually put them down on something though. But yeah, not that I know when that'll be, because even if I just draw out some shit, well, I mean, there's also all the other parts that need to be involved. By the way, I don't own a camera, so it would probably be like PNG frames for at least a little bit. Well, I mean, I don't own a webcam. I mean, clearly I own things that are cameras, and maybe some of them can be set up to be used that way, but... Because that sort of stuff requires that, right? And also, to be fair, that does kind of make me a little bit nervous. Being on camera, I don't enjoy that very much. And yet I do that sometimes for videos. Uh-oh. Link, no, you fool. Don't. Pfft, I told you. I've heard this that ringing sound, by the way, in something else recent. It's the bells in the background of the Terra Tower theme in Chrono Cross. That's what they sound like. Yeah, that's what I thought, is that if you want to do like an actual 3D model, you need a camera and some stuff to rig that up. Even if I wouldn't be appearing on camera, that does kind of make me a little nervous for a wide variety of reasons. No, not quite. Hello, Tav. Sorry about your shiny skunk, by the way. You mentioned that again today. Oh, he's fucking dead. Oh my god. Dude. How many times is Link just gonna die in this game? Two frame sound activate. Yeah, I've seen software for that before. I know that that's a thing, and that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing, at least for like a fair period of time. I got friends who are probably a little bit more hardcore about this than I am. I am like nervous as nervous. Finishing another 14 relic. Oh, buddy. You did a Zeta relic, didn't you? Is that what I'm thinking? Cause oh fuck me, I forgot what I came into here for. Where's my beetle chart? Come on. All right, so up one and left a bunch. So we'll just have the wind go west. You finished another Zeta. Oh, you absolute... You... God, it kind of amazes me just how much you hate yourself. Really. Then again, maybe I'm saying that because the only Zeta relic I've done was for Black Mage, and also I did that like God, I did that before Endwalker came out, didn't I? And I still haven't pre-ordered Dawntrail, by the way. So yeah, so that was quite rough, and also it was for Black Mage, which, like, oh god, I can't imagine liking to play Black Mage. You know, only minor offense intended to. Okay, fine, no offense intended. I don't get it. I'm not gonna say any of the incredibly mean shit I was gonna say because, listen. I actually queued for a dungeon recently as healer. That was weird. Ah! Oh, I thought for a second that I had cleared it, but no. That would have been really funny if I had. Alright, so where are we on the C chart? So we gotta be on this row. Well, good. It felt slightly odd, and I think I said this because I ended up in Hawk Manor when I did my leveling roulette as White Mage. So Hawk Manor, of course, you're level like 31, I believe. You're like right before you have regen. And let me tell you, because my limited healer experience is pretty much all Astro, and you have, well, for Astro, it's called Aspected Benefic, but, you know, yeah, it's, yeah, level inconvenient. That's a good way to put it. It's just like, well, the game's just sitting here taunting me with the button, and it's like, oh, now I'm all thrown off by everything. Well, it wasn't bad. I felt okay with it. I was nervous. It probably also helped that, like, the tank was new. We accidentally started going after the mobs on the second floor because we're idiots. That was fun. Guess who forgot that you don't have to do that whole circuit up there? For reasons that are beyond me, because I've been in Hawk Manor more than enough. But we did get the fine wax, so we didn't fuck everything up at that dungeon, I swear. Just most of it. Oh, that's Shark. Or if you're in Mega Man X6, because I just thought about that terrible game again recently, a Shark player. Oh, Mega Man X6. Oh, the lack of updating the Maverick names. Oh, Metal Shark player. Oh god, this thing is... Appropriately, this thing is out for blood. It doesn't like being reminded of Mega Man X6 either. Alright, so here we are. Here's the shop ship that doesn't have Beetle's face on it for some reason. And I'm not sure why Beetle is out here wearing this, like, rusted-ass Roman Legionnaire helmet, but here he is. Yep, 500 rube for that bottle. I'm happy, you're happy, we're all happy. I mean, I don't know how happy I'm gonna be about that noise. Oh, those are Georgs. I did not even realize those were Georgs, which Georg is just a great name. Oh, Majora's Mask. Georg. I suppose that it could be worse. It could be like... Bahamut Shark? Is that the one that... Yeah, Bahamut Shark is the thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that one that gets used a lot? Spider's oh, Jesus. Spider's Georg. Nice. Oh, I mean, is Bahamut Shark still widely played? I feel like it had a really good effect, and it was, at least for a while, a card that people were using for setting up combos. But then again, nowadays, I look at anything Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm just like, okay, it's just turn zero meta, isn't it? Which it's probably not. And I discussed this in my previous stream, actually. It's like, no, it's not quite. It's just that the most extreme things in a format tend to be the thing that crop up a lot in conversation. Like, even Magic the Gathering Vintage, which Vintage is the format where the Power 9 are legal. I think I discussed this too. Even that is not a turn zero meta, even though it basically, you look at some of the insane shit that you're allowed to put in your deck in that, and you go, that's gotta be a turn zero meta. And it has a reputation for it, but It's not quite that bad. Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Bahamut